Welcome to No Man's Sky Survival Mode. Here we are, we're up on the base in my capital vessel, and in this part what I want to do is build my first Exocraft. Probably the best way to explain it is if I come into here. Now I can't build it up here, but what you can do in the base is actually have a look at it. I think I've got to find it now. Yeah, you can see I've got the there. See, it's called the Pilgrim. This is the new Exocraft that was introduced in a recent update at the end of September 2018 if you're watching this in the future, and it looks a bit like a motorbike, so I'm going to be quite fascinated to see how it goes. Actually, it's quite interesting. This is pin construction menu. This could be something that's very, very interesting. So it actually gives you the formula. I'm not sure what the benefit of that is. It gives you gather and refine the paraffinum found primarily in worlds of tropical environment. That actually gives you the formula. Oh, that's pretty cool. I didn't realise that was around. I think that could be very useful. I don't know if that's a new feature because I don't remember seeing it before. As you can see here, what I've done is I've crafted some metal plating. I actually cheated a bit here, and I actually went out and purchased some iron batteries because I couldn't be bothered to go and search for the cobalt. But I thought I'd manufacture the paraffinum, and we can do that in the advanced or large refiner here. Let's say advanced refiner. Touch of Imperium sneaking in there, and I think it was oxygen. Could probably do a bit more actually. That's a bit better. I was thinking about making a 150 of this. What was the other item? Silver. Oh, I think that is. Oh, that's the exosuit. It's all inventories. But it doesn't tell me what's in the freighter. So we better open this up. That's a bit unfortunate. Yeah, I'm going to put that back into. Oh, there it is. And that's it. It's gone too far. And I think I'm going to start that. Just going to reduce that down to about 100. That should be enough. Don't think I need more than, yeah, I only need 100. Now while that's manufacturing, the other thing I want to look at, I was looking at it just before I started the recording, cause I found it more by accident. Just going to come here. If I come up to, where is it? To find it. There we are. Cross back a bit. I'm just up here. Come across here, it's rooms now that deploy, which act as storage based on build. Let me build anything out of here. That's got no, it's not going to let me build up here, is it? I mean, I could probably take that apart. I mean, my base here is very much temporary, not particularly very good. Build this in the center. Build it off to this side. I have to admit, I'm not too sure about this base building up on the capital vessel. This is a storage container. And the interesting thing is that this seems to map between Exocraft there. Exosuit inventory, that's inventory. So that flips between the high and low capacity. And this seems to map to the 0 storage vault down on my base. So it's almost like the two have now become connected together, and I think that's very useful. Actually finished. We've back and go to the operator, and that can go back to capacity. Got that done now. I have to think about that storage capacity. Well, I have to need to think a bit about my whole base, this area. I'm not sure what I want to do with it at the moment. Now I've got it's completely flat with junk. To have a little bit of a tidy up, but then once this is actually being laid out, we'll have some extra capacity or space left. Yeah, build the Pilgrim Geobay. Do that, I want to go back to my base. Let's go back down here. And here. So many things to do, so many things to do. It's back to No Man's Sky. Oh, just another visitor. Although I do have to confess that I much preferred the more structured approach of the game as it was before Next. I think I've said this before. I think Hello Games have tried to pack so much into the early parts of the game, and I think it just becomes a bit confusing and just slightly disorientating. You know, I much preferred the flow of before the next update, where you had the main missions that took you out to find the Atlas Path and the first traveller, and then you had all the missions around the bases. And I think being shot all over the place, you know, I think the teleporter opens way too early. Getting access to these missions, you don't seem to have a sense of progress now. You seem to be bouncing around. Oops, can't actually do that anyway. Yeah, you don't seem to. I just feel like I'm bouncing around a little bit at the moment between different demands. But that's just my personal opinion anyway. So I'm gonna. I mean, if any of you guys like the current way things happen, you know, that's the way it is. Everybody plays the game their own way. And here we are back at the base. And see my storage vaults there. See, I've got storage vault 0 and 1. And I think we're going to start by just dropping this. Hopefully we'll be able to build base. See? And come through here. And I'm just gonna put that down. Should give me space. Yeah, and you can see here's the Pilgrim Exocraft. It's a motorbike. Just jump in it. Just gonna have got it. Looks like it takes carbon organics. Certainly got a lot more slots than it used to, and that is pretty useful. And hopefully this will be upgradable, so it's saying 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. I don't know if that would be upgradable even more. And yeah, I mean, we've got no weapons on it. I presume that we will have to get upgrades for the weapon. Look at it. This looks pretty cool. shame it's in the dark. It's like a motorbike for rough terrain. Certainly, this probably one way to describe this. This, to me, has the look of something that you could race with. Yeah, it's got that sleeker line, and I think it would be really fun to have a racetrack and race with this. Take that picture there. Can still take damage from plants though. That's cool. And I think I don't know how you can take damage from a jump out. Just gonna grab this. The sun's just coming up. Now, what I want to do to start with is come back this way. I think on the way back, I'm going to do this. Interesting. We don't have a signal booster in Exocraft. Won't it give me a first person view? Ah. I like the way it's disconnected. Like that. Yep. Ah. A lot of flash plants around here at the moment. Which in some ways is not too bad because I need the oxygen capability. Now the fuel consumption is not too bad either. Okay. Now I've got no booster, so I'm going to have to be a little bit careful. Oops. So climbing capability, yep. Climbing capability is good. Still smash up the terrain like the original Exocrafts were. And we've got reverse gear. Like the idea of that. Sure, this is going to have the necessary protection against the sentinels. I suppose the good thing with having this is that if you get sentinels, you should be able to run away. Why's that got to? Let's go and check here. Well, yeah. 2 terminals here. Exocraft modification. Visuals. Okay, so we can have changing colour. Oh, that's cool. Side pod. Decals. Give myself a promotion. Make myself into a sergeant. Okay. I was going to put decals. Spoiler. So we can decal there. We can change the colour of the booster. Oh, this is fascinating. Oh, that's better. Actually, I don't know. Red with white. So you can do basic modifications. What do you want to say to changes? Yes. And I presume this is that's just summons the Exocraft. Oh, that's pretty cool. I like that. Now, before I go anywhere, what I want to do is put out another storage vault. See if we can offload some of the stuff. Come here. Then we'll just go out and do a little bit of exploration, a little bit of proper roving around rather than just testing. And oh, I've probably gone past, so let's just keep going forward. Obviously, intrusion there. That was slightly annoying. And I think we're going to put 2 more volts down. Yes, thank you. And I think we'll put the whatever it's called, paraffinium. Put that in there. Keep that for the moment. Put the iron battery in there so we've got a bit of space. Be some reserve carbon. Can't remember what else is in bolts. It's always a risk that you start to accumulate junk. Got some copper in here, some salvage tech, some marrow bulb, deuteronium. That's going to be okay. My protection's dropped down. What I want to do next is just going to... Now I've built that Exocraft project, I think I really like the idea of being able to mark what you want to build so you can check the formula. That's going to be very, very useful, especially considering all the different options you've got now. Item sort, source items for the climate. There are many ways to source items locate throughout the planetary. That come from? Harvest cactus flesh. And I think got that there. Search. Yeah, we've got to get some frostwort. Plants can be grown here. I think frostwort can be gathered on cold planets, so this is going to give me a reason to go out and use my Pilgrim Exocraft. So let's just get out and actually just gonna go. Ah, look at that. Have to go very far, but never mind. I'm just going to jump out here. It says 50. Yeah, we'll be okay. I'm not too sure about having all these plants in clumps. I think when they were clumped together in groups of 3 and they were spread more across the planet, I think that was more fun to go out and collect stuff. I'm kind of feeling that having these large clumps all stuck together, you can see there I've got more than enough for that mission without even really trying. And of course, of oxygen to replace the oxygen that I've actually consumed. Now I could go back and plant up that frostwort, but I've got so many crystals. Suppose I could duck back and just see if I can con the yeah, I think that's what we're going to do. And I promise we will be going out and use a little bit of occlusion with the ground. And I think we'll be able to. And I'm just going to come in here and talk to work Gek. Oh, no, what am I doing? Rattle through here. This is unjust, yes. Good to see you. Your anger. Yeah, I talked to the wrong guy there. should be able to... Yeah. It's quite a collection of life forms here, but very few of them are flora. I am pleased of that. It is changing. Farmers made themselves at home in my base. They seem to have made a particular friend in the overseer, preparing them for a parade. Ask about the overseer. Does that mission flip out? So have I got to put in... Good cheats here. Do I have to plant another? Do I really want... Right. Do I actually have to plant it? I think what we're going to do is see. If I delete that and then come across like this, and I mean, it'd be a little bit of a mess up. Now I've planted that. Yes, so you can actually do all the missions with this single planter, and that now unlocks the agricultural guy. Yeah, confirm 50 frost crystals ready. Does the way it shimmers in the light and not enchant you, friend? I have lost hours to this gentle glisten. Now a plant of great contrast. So we've now got to get a solar vine. Your next crop will be solar vine, a plant that grows deep within the mantle of scorched worlds. It seeks out all the heat from the sun or the core below. Its roots can extend to such incredible lengths that once it was believed it never ended. But do not worry, friend. Here with our facilities, the growth shall be more manageable. Arling wishes me to cultivate solar vine, a plant that's usually grown only in extreme heat. Yes. It's going to be shone as brightly as the solar vine. Oh well. One way to get the missions done. Well, we'll work on that, guys. Let me just check other missions. Weapons research, dangerous there. Base archives. Okay, I don't remember doing that for a little while. So base, okay, let's click on this. Sorry, we're getting distracted. Oh no, it's over here. Wrong one again. I'm not doing very well this morning. Automated archive recovery in progress. Data recovered to 32%. Search archives. Entry 4925X follows. They came up from surrounded back above ground now, but sure that they are following me. Should never have touched the eggs. Additional data available, construction logs recovered, blueprints reassembled, prepare for download. Search construction database. Exo technology data extracted, downloaded plans. Personal upgrade module synthesized from data scraps. Readable archive retrieval complete, beginning defragmentation of next segment. So I've got another life support module which I don't need. I can always sell that. Now, has that actually changed? Area here. Input. Race initiator. Exocraft summoning station. I've got none of the technology here. Still not really unlocking anything here. Let's have a quick look. It mentioned Exocraft, so let's have a quick look here. Nothing there. So I've still only got the Pilgrim. I suppose it will all make sense eventually. And I think we'll just jump into here. And I think we're just going to go for a little bit of a rove. Let's get ourselves a target. Get up on the hillside here. I mean, this would be ideal for collecting minerals now, especially in very hostile planets. Another picture coming on. Just down a bit, so we've got a bit of a height thing there. Oh yeah, I like that. I think that will definitely be the new thumbnail. And what was I doing? We were for missions. I think I need some salvage technology or cobalt. A monolith over there. Let's have a real target, I think, so that we can get out and keep wanting to press the page up key, and that's from Imperium, where you can, if you do page up, you can actually change the view of the you know, from behind the craft in third person. Oops. Sorry, Mr. Sentinel. I think it'd be really cool if once you can actually upgrade this, you can certainly drop here. Get pure ferrite. Mining beam module S1. Wow, can I upgrade my mining beam again? I could put in a second one. Actually, this could be a reasonable test because I can that there. I put in another mining build. Will I get a proximity for that? Yeah, I think we'll give that a go. I mean, I'm bound to pick up a lot of these in the future, so I put that. Don't think we're getting technology overloaded. Because I've got too many S's. What a shame. Dazzling cooling system, superconductor. I think I'm going to take this one out. So I've pushed my luck a little bit too much there with the mining beam. Never mind. Still smash down the trees, which I've always thought was a bit strange. Here. I mean, this is one of the advantages of having the Exocraft, is you can cover a lot more ground, and it's fun as well. Definitely need the B1 pass. Wax casing. If we can. Oh, so this takes carbon, condensed carbon, and oxygen. Again, they just seem to have made fuel so accessible, and not totally convinced, to be honest. Charge straight through the trees. And let's get to the monolith here. Oh, we've already visited here, so we might. Don't know what happened there. Bit of occlusion ground. This may not open up for us. Though I think I came here with a mission, didn't I? We still may get something here. First spawn, common something, painful noise, painful noise. Beak emerged from the ancient stones, it's shouting but can't be heard. Here. I will feed the beak sodium, see what we get. Beak whispers the words of those who once worshipped here. We've learned the Gek word for nasal. Like. Actually, I haven't. Now, one of the downsides of using the Exocraft compared to exploring on foot, I was about to say on feet then, is that you don't actually stop and look round so much. That's a cobalt deposit. I could handle. I think we'll just go and collect some cobalt. But that's the positive side of having a Exocraft, is that if you're out collecting minerals, the Exocraft really opens up the capability to do things, especially once you've got a mining beam or something matched on it. I would guess that you don't have a terrain manipulator on an Exocraft, or that could be worth checking out. Just going to collect this here. I think about it, we've got about 98 cobalt from that. So first thing we're going to have to do, and I do like the idea of the extra capacity in the Exocraft. It just makes it more useful, because that was one of the it was one of the more annoying features of the Exocraft in the past, was the restricted storage, especially with the what was it called, the one that floats on water. I can't remember what it's actually called now, it's so long since I've actually used it, but the Sentinels have got a little bit hostile. Right, so we've now got a waypoint. We're just going to grab this and have a look, see what it's going to point us at. I mean, this is the beauty of having been this mobile. Right, it says minor settlement detected over there, so I think we can get out here. Hello, Mr. Sentinel. I'm minding my own business here. Jump in here, and I think just to wind this part up, where is, and we've got zapped again. I think we could probably grab a bit of sodium. Definitely going to need to get a mining laser on this craft. Grab some ferrite dust. I'm not sure if we're going to need it, but we're in the middle of something here. I think the ability to rove and mine whilst still inside of the Exocraft will make a big difference. We have this fantastic ability to smash our way through any terrain that's available. Arrive in 1 second. I shouldn't read. Grab that. Yeah, stop nagging me. Oops. See this has a scanner. No scan technology installed. Oh, definitely going to need the upgrades. Anything else in this direction? Cargo drop there. I think we'll go for the cargo drop. Oops, a daisy. Better work on my intergalactic driving license, I think. So that's interesting. These guys seem to be getting upset because you're destroying the terrain. That could be an issue, especially on a planet like this. I've got another oxygen capsule. Right, let's just push through. Right, I've just been running across the surface. I'm just up against a double cargo drop, so we're certainly going to be checking this out. Nothing found. Thank you, game. Oh, we got a little bit of sodium. I must admit, I really like the shadows as well that's now projected. I think that's really cool. And nothing found. Just gonna out a little bit more carbon for the Exocraft. I think when you're really so technology, we can shove that in there. Didn't realise that was just an ordinary technology module. I think we could put the cobalt right in there as well. I think it's full up. Drop some max out the sodium at high capacity. Oh. Certainly need to play with the navigation data. That's something else on my to-do list. Anyway, this and of course you can still run creatures over it as well. Here we are. We've arrived at the minor settlement that I picked up on my area here. I've already been here before. Just going to go inside, have a quick, yep, that's got a wimpy right there. Let's have a quick look at our technology guy, see what he's got. Trade nanites for blueprints. I've got every single blueprint here. Got in the way of purchase components, antimatter microprocessor, oxygen filter, navigation data, drop pod coordination data, coded navigation data for input into a signal bus. Properly decrypted, it will reveal the location of a drop pod. Wow, 103,000 units. That is expensive to go to a drop pod which I may not be able to open. I think what I'm going to do, I've got 8.7 million units. I'm going to buy one because I think it's time I actually check that mechanic out as well. So but we're going to go with that, and where am I? Let's get back into here. And this is all done and dusted. Can't do anything like that. Yeah, I think that will be for the next part, guys. I'm going to see if, because I've got my Pilgrim with me, that would be the easiest way to find a drop pod. Conclusions. Yes, I think it's been great fun to be back with the. Wow, I think I'm gonna need to take a picture, guys. So right, let's just come here. Yeah, I really like that. Just take that out, especially with the. Oh yeah, that's really great with the picture, the shadow in the front. Yep, I really like that. This is definitely going to be the thumbnail with the shadow in the foreground. The move it over a smidge so you can actually see the difference between the two. Yep, I think that's going to be great. Certainly going to be the thumbnail, I think. That digression apart, I think this is where I'm going to wind the video up. Conclusion, yes, it's fun to have the Exocraft back, and I think it's going to be very useful for storage, especially when you're going out doing specific missions, or say you want to go and find a drop pod because you can carry the extra resources to do the unlocks. But I think, and doing this video has reminded me of the restrictions of using the Exocraft. That is that you end up rushing across the surface and you miss the fun of just exploring on foot. So I think For general exploration, I will probably keep the Exocraft for really hostile extreme planets where you can't walk about very much. But I think general exploration, I feel now, after, especially since the next update with the changes, I feel I want to do a lot more general exploration still on foot. Therefore, I think we're going to be just using a mixture of the two, and my environment protection is dropping, so we better get inside. And I think this is where I'm going to wind the video up. Hope you enjoyed it. Hope you found it interesting. I mean, if you guys got any information on upgrading the Exocraft or getting the Exocraft tech, feel free to add a comment, because this is completely new territory for me and I'd very much appreciate it. So this is where I'm going to leave it, and until next time, whatever you do, enjoy your gaming.